185-pound UFC champion Israel Adesanya is quite literally unstoppable at his weight class.
He's a truly unique talent. His kickboxing, his striking is on another level.
With 23 wins in 23 middleweight fights.
That is it! Still undisputed! Quick night at the office for the champion, Israel Adesanya!
Now defending his title with ease.
He's too good, wow.
The crop of potential threats Adesanya.
What time is it then? Please tell these guys.
It's Tony time, bitches!
Welcome to Tony's MMA Corner, the only MMA channel that is ripped and jacked. I am your host, Tony Sepulveda! And today, I give my official predictions for UFC 281. Before we get into all that, make sure you subscribe to my OnlyFans or Patreon so that you can get a shout out on Tony's MMA Corner. First up, we have the retirement match of Frankie Edgar. Before I get into that match, I want to say thank you, Frankie, for all of the violent memories you've given us. One violent memory that stands out, which is by far my favorite Frankie Edgar memory, is in his first bout with Gray Maynard. Well, actually, it would be technically his second bout. His first bout for the title, in which the referee allowed him to be clinically dead before he came back and had one of the most epic comebacks in MMA history. It's a different time back then. It's a time I missed. This is before you were all sissified and were worried about fighter safety in a sport where you can literally crack your shin bone against another man's skull to win. Makes sense. MMA Rocky says he's not returning after this, so I expect some vintage Edgar in this matchup. I say Edgar wins this bout pretty handily and fist bumps back into the sunset of the Jersey Shore. Once again, Frankie Edgar, thank you for all the violent memories. Next up, we have Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier. Michael Chandler literally caught a body last time when he murdered Tony Ferguson. Michael Chandler, you might want to lay low for a while. Dustin Poirier, on the other hand, lost his second chance at the undisputed lightweight title when he submitted to Charles Oliveira. Chandler also shared that same fate. So you could say they're Eskimo brothers. This bout is going to be a bloody war. The All-American Michael Chandler has let his CTE do the talking in his last few fights, as he has thrown caution and fight IQ completely out of the window to please all of you fans of violence. This, I believe, works out very well for Dustin Poirier, as he is the more seasoned striker. So with that being said, I say Dustin Poirier takes this one in a violent, bloody TKO, as both fighters move closer and closer to CTE and dementia. Next up, we have Carlos Esparza versus Li Jingliang. What the f*** is her name? Wei Li Zhang. Next up, we have Carlos Esparza versus Wei Li Zhang. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Alright, I'm coming back. No.
And now, for the main event of the evening! We have Israel, the gender bender, Adesanya versus Alex Poatan Pereira. Maybe. In one corner, we have the very sus Israel Adesanya, who likes to paint his nails, wear pearl necklaces, and nowadays, fight smart. In the other corner, we have the very dangerous Poatan, who is 3-0 in the UFC and has 2 wins over Adesanya, one being a brutal, vicious left hook knockout. I find it very interesting that Izzy decided to call out Poatan and didn't avoid this matchup. I think it's a very smart move. Get him before he becomes more polished in MMA. Now, I do think 25 minutes is a long time to play with Poatan, but I think that Izzy, if he could stay outside and pick his shots, can win this fight. I think Alex is going to force him to be exciting in this matchup. So I think this is going to be a standout performance for Adesanya. The more polished Adesanya is going to ultimately take a very competitive decision in this main event, despite being the most sus champion in the UFC. Well, you fans of violence, it is once again that time to say goodbye. Please, let me know what you guys think about my predictions in the comment section. And give your predictions in the comment section so that I can make fun of them. And I'll see you guys next time on Tony's MMA Corner. Find it! Nah, I'm just kidding.
All right, I'm coming back. No.